57-year-old David Turpin and his 49-year-old wife Louise appeared in court today, both chained around the waist and the legs. Some of the charges they face of the abuse involves chaining their 12 of their 13 children to either a bed or a piece of furniture.
Do you understand that, right?
Yeah.
That's the only time they said anything in the court today when asked by their attorneys if they understand that they are waiving their right to a preliminary hearing within 10 days. Their attorneys entered pleas of not guilty for each of them.
One of the children at age 12 is the weight of an average 7-year-old. The 29-year-old female victim weighs 82 pounds.
And Riverside District Attorney Mike Hestrin was only beginning to describe what was going on inside that house of horrors in Paris.
None of the victims were allowed to shower more than once a year. That as a punishment, starting many years ago, they began to be tied up. The victims were often not released from their chains to go to the bathroom.
And during a search of the home yesterday, detectives say they took journals in which many of the victims wrote down what was happening.
The punishments included frequent beatings and even strangulation.
Detectives say if the children would wash their hands above their wrist, that would be punished because they were playing with the water and messing around.
The parents would apparently buy food for themselves and not allow the children to eat it.
And detectives say there was cruelty in how they displayed the food.
Pies, apple pies, pumpkin pies, leave it on the counter, let the children look at it, but not eat the food.
And when asked, why would parents even do this?
I don't know that I can answer that completely, but I'll tell you that as a prosecutor, there are cases that stick with you, that haunt you.
When asked, how did the children respond when sheriff deputies entered the house on Sunday?
They're relieved, I will say that.
He said the 17-year-old who escaped early Sunday morning and flagged down a deputy had planned to escape for 2 years.
She escaped through a window and took one of her siblings with her. That sibling eventually turned back, became frightened and turned back, and went back into the house.
When asked if these children were brainwashed, he replied, I don't know. And when asked how could they get away with this for so long?
You know, crimes like these happen behind closed doors, in dark rooms, and so, of course, people who commit these types of crimes have to hide their crimes.
The couple never looked at each other in court today, not even a passing glance.